Hi, I'm Duncan Hart. I wanted to talk to you today about one of the services that I find there's an increasing demand for, and that is to organise and facilitate strategic reviews, or retreats as they're sometimes known, for professional service firms. After practising for some 20 odd years as both a barrister and solicitor in various Australian capital cities, and managing I think 3 or 4 law firms ranging in size from half a dozen partners up to 200 odd partners, I took up a consulting role in 2002, and for the last 10 years I've been offering these types of services to law firms and other types of firms all over Australia and as far afield as Dubai and even up in China, Singapore, Malaysia and other locations. The benefit of these types of events can vary enormously. Some of you will no doubt have attended at retreats or reviews that you thought were quite frankly a waste of time. And I've been party to and attended similar events, and I know exactly what you mean when you draw a deep breath and say to yourself, well, why would we have such an event? In the old days, back in the 70s when I first started practicing law, we relied on sharing war stories, drinks and conversation over the library table after work. That was our way of advancing our common strategy. We'd talk about what we wanted to do, where we wanted to take the firm, what resources we needed, what sort of market we might be trying to tackle, but it was all very informal and pretty ad hoc. In those days we didn't have any form of practice management. In fact, we didn't even have computers when we started. But things have moved on considerably since then, and of course with the advent of the larger, more complex law firm, the need for a more direct and strategic approach to the development of how the firm is going to grow, what resources it needs, the investment capital required, the number of partners, the type of skills. I mean, the list is absolutely endless. So what's my role? Essentially, it's to act as an external advisor, an independent resource, someone that perhaps can introduce new ideas, models, processes, structures, ways to deal with clients, ways to market particular services or skills. Someone who can look inside the firm and step, as it were, away from some of the preconceptions that might have bugged the firm in the past, to introduce a new approach. Something, however, that's not only going to be a talking point at a retreat or a gathering where input is sought to these specific suggestions or ideas, but also to produce something concrete in the form of a plan after the event is completed. Now, of course, this is really where the difficulties begin, in the sense that having prepared the ground, having engaged the partners, having created, as it were, an expectation, management then has to deliver on those expectations. Of course, the first step in that process is to actually document what the outcomes are, and very particularly how they're going to actually implement them. Where are the resources coming from? Who's going to be responsible? How are these things going to happen over the next 12 or 24 months? This is where most firms fail. They leave these reviews with a general feeling of being warm and fuzzy and successful, but the follow-up, the follow-through is simply not there. Again, that's where I can help. I usually come back 2 or 3 times after such events, not only to present the outcome as I understand the resolutions that have been reached at the retreat, but also to ensure that they're implemented or integrated into team plans, into the firm's strategic plan, into the day-to-day operations of those teams, to change where necessary structures, partnership agreements or whatever it might be, and to engage, of course, your support staff, the marketing people, the HR people, whoever else might need to be engaged, both before such a retreat. On many occasions, chief financial officers and the like are actually at the retreat, senior personnel. Many firms like to have their senior associates along, at least for some sessions. All of these are variables which are very important, need consideration, because at the end of the day, unless we've captured the hearts and minds of those that attend, no matter how good the plan, no matter how good the day, nothing will happen on the following week, let alone the following months or years. And that's why I strongly commend this approach to you if you're thinking about any major initiative, or you simply want to engage in a wider review of a particular team or the firm as a whole. So give it some thought. I do commend the process to you. It can have quite a transformative effect on a firm if it's well run, if you follow through, if you're prepared to devote the time, energy and resources required. And as I say, I think I've seen enough of these over the years to know what the vital ingredients are and how you can and should follow up and utilise the event for all the benefits that it's capable of producing. Give me a call. I come in, give you a proposal highlighting what I think you've indicated to me are your major issues, how I propose or consider they can be best addressed, who should be involved, what resources might be required, and of course how much it might cost. Something you can take back to the wider partnership if you need their approval, and then we can get going. Usually 4 to 6 weeks lead time required, time for me to do my homework, get across the financial and marketing data, get an idea of who your major clients are, where your skill bases lie, and what your expectations are, and of course very importantly what the culture of the firm is and what the partners are actually saying or thinking and not saying. So I look forward to hearing from you.